Welcome everyone in the lecture 3. So in the previous lecture 2 we didn't touch the part of exactly the defining the constitution in very layman term. So we generally discuss about the Republic of India, how it works. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the constitution. What exactly is the constitution? How the foundation of polity happened? Okay, so when someone asks what exactly you understand by the constitution, so constitution is nothing but is a document of people's faith and aspirations, of people's faith and faith faith and aspirations. Okay, it is just a document of people's faith and aspiration. What it enjoys? It enjoys a special legal sanctity. This constitution enjoys a special it enjoys a special legal sanctity, a special legal sanctity. And how it enjoys legal sanctity? How? Because it is constitution is known as the supreme law of land. So when it is supreme law of land, so thus it enjoys a special legal sanctity. So any law that legislatures make, that parliament makes, must be configured with the provision of this constitution. If not, it will be declared as a null void. Okay, so any law that legislatures make, that parliament makes, must be configured with the provisions of this constitution. What constitution? This constitution, that is document of people's faith and aspiration. This is supreme law of land. Okay, if not, what if not? It is not with the provision of the constitution. So if not, it will be declared null and void, null or void. Okay, that will be declared as a null or void. Example, if you give an example, how very important, very interesting section which was there in section 66A of IT Act, which was in the news as also. Okay, in 2000, it says, as per this section 66A, if you are sending message to anyone and if it is causing annoyance, so sender will be arrested for 3 years. Okay, that can be, go up to 3 years. Okay, so under this, so this law, this IT Act of law was actually violating article 19(1)(a), which gives freedom of speech and expression. So let us suppose you have sent any message related to any political party, and another political the member of that particular party will arrest you under the section 66A of IT Act. So this act was there already. So as per this act, you will be arrested for 3 years. So now this act, this case was filed under the which very famous case by the under the Shreya Singhal case. She was a law student. Okay, the case was filed by the Shreya Singhal to the Supreme Court. Okay, and this section 66A, she requested by the Supreme Court that this section 66A should be deleted because it is unconstitutional. It is violating my fundamental law. Which fundamental law? It is violating my freedom of speech and expression that is given under Article 19. Okay, as this is violating my fundamental right, this should be become unconstitutional. Okay, and as per through this case, this section was declared as the unconstitutional. So you have to understand that whatever the thing is seen, law, whatever the law act is being made, that that should be as per the provision of the constitution. Why as per the constitution? Because it is called the supreme law of India, because this is nothing but a supreme law of land. So that's why whatever the law is being made, that must be, should be the provision as per the mention under the constitution. Okay, so laws should be the agreement with the constitution. So this is all about the constitution. Now constitution, this sets the framework for the three principal organs. What are the three principal organs? Constitution, what are the laws are being made, the mention under, what is the constitution mentioned under, it makes a framework for these three principal organs, that is known as executive, legislative and judiciary. These are the key principal organs for which constitution sets the framework. So what I am telling, I will conclude it here. Constitution sets the framework for the principal organs of the states. So these three are known as the principal these three are known as the three organs of the state. Okay, these three are known as the three organs of a state, that is constitution setting out the relation between the government of its citizens. Okay, so this actually defined, this give a whole picture what exactly is the constitution. Okay, so the key term that we have learnt in this thing, that it is a document of people's faith and aspiration, and it enjoys a special sanctity. Why it enjoys a special sanctity? Because it is known as the supreme law of land, not known as, it is actually a supreme law of land. Okay, and any law that legislatures make, that must be a that legislatures make or the parliament makes, that must be, should align with this constitution, otherwise it will be declared as a null and void. For example, while quoting this thing, we can give example of section 66A, of IT Act, and which was violating the article 19. This was challenged by the Shreya Singh in the case by the Shreya Singhal case in the Supreme Court, where she was a law student and she declared that this section is violating my freedom of speech and expression, that is given under the fundamental rights under the article 19(1)(a), and thus this law became the null and void. Okay, so these are the one term, and the three organs of the state. What are the three organs of a state? One is executive, legislature and judiciary. These are the three organs of a state, and constitution sets the framework for these principal organs of a state. Okay, yeah, so this is all about lecture 3.